Fred here, welcome to the Gear Obsession channel. I'm taping the beginning of this with my iPhone, so I'm sorry for the resolution and picture, but I wanted you all to see this. Walmart has started carrying holsters, and the brand of holster that they are carrying are the Blackhawk holsters. This is the last thing I thought I would see at Walmart, considering they only sell rifles and shotguns. Actually, I was looking for this. This is a Blackhawk Sportster inside the pocket holster, and it holds small revolvers and small pistols. So this is going to be an introduction to my review of the Blackhawk Sportster inside the pocket holster. Well, back from the land of all things made in China, Walmart. However, I'm happy to say that this product is made in the USA. So I like the trend. I hope it keeps on going. So you saw that we found this at Walmart and brought it back home, and we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing. The front of the Blackhawk Sportster looks like this in the packaging. And here's the back. Now the back has some interesting things that I'd like to go over real quick. First, it's stating that this is a suede-like material, and laminate keeps the holster position in your pocket. So you have like a suede-like material, and there's also this strip of laminate. All this stuff helps keep it in your pocket, so when you're pulling the gun out of your pocket, the holster will hopefully stay. Now, another thing this does to sort of help that happen is that the lining inside is very smooth, so it helps the gun come out of the holster itself very easy. It also protects the gun from debris and breaks up the outline in your pocket. And again, can't state it enough, it's made in the USA. Now this particular model, number 3, is made for 2-inch 5-shot revolvers and the Ruger, Keltec, Car, and Taurus 380s. So this is made for the smaller guns. You could also get a size number 4, which would cover the Glock 26 and 27 and the Car PM9. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed and see what we have. Now before we get started, I need to open up my safe here and go ahead and get my Ruger revolver out. Now it is loaded, so we'll go ahead and make this weapon safe. I shouldn't need anything fancy to get this open. It's just held in by some staples here at the top. And we have the holster. It is definitely grippy. Very grippy. Very good. And what else do we get here? Looks like we get a registration card and some other information. Warranty. This is warranty and registration. And what do we get here? We get the instructions on how to use this. Now we're not going to read the instructions, are we? Well, I will. I like reading instructions. So go ahead and put this stuff aside and let's take a look at the holster. Again, it's all of this is very grippy. Has a little tag, size 3 for all to see. And the inside is sort of like a spongy nylon material. Pretty good. So it says that it can hold a 2-inch 5-shot revolver, which this is. Notice how I'm checking it for safety again. So what I'm looking for is to see if it's covering the trigger. I would have liked it if it came a little bit further back, because what you want to do is you want to cover up that trigger so nothing could get behind it. So what I'm seeing here, and the thing about the Ruger LCR is it does have a very large trigger guard that really comes out a lot further than most 2-inch 5-shot revolvers. So it's barely covering it. I don't know if I feel completely safe with that. That's pretty good right there. So we'll go ahead and try this in the pocket. Hello, Fred Stomach here. Just kidding. So we have our safety checked weapon in our holster. And I know some of you don't like to call this a weapon, but my training always called it a weapon. But it is safety checked. And I'd like to bring up the point that if you do get a new holster of any sort, whether it's inside the pocket, holster outside, or inside the waistband holster, doesn't matter, you should check it. You know, check to make sure it holsters properly in and out without interfering with any of the gun's safeties. Doesn't interfere with the trigger or any other function of the gun. Make sure it doesn't hang on the trigger or pull back or disturb the hammer if you have a hammer. You know, just make sure that it doesn't hit the slide release in any way or eject your magazine, hit the magazine release. You know, you have to make sure that it does not interfere, because you don't want to be putting your gun in the holster or out that something else unintended happen, especially a neglectful discharge. So always practice with a new holster with an empty firearm and check it a couple of times. Okay, enough with the safety for now. So I notice it goes in, it doesn't disturb anything, it is covering the trigger, and it's pretty smooth. So now we'll go ahead and place it in the pocket. And you really can't tell what that is in there. It does sort of break it up. You can see, you know, I have something in my pocket, but I don't know. No one's going to know what that is. So pretty good. Now, what I want to do is get my hand inside my pocket and index my finger along the side, so when I pull it out, it's indexed. So the holster did stay in my pocket, so it's gripping the inside of my pocket and it's not gripping the handgun, so that's very good. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this back in there, try it again. Now, it's going to take practice to get this out quickly. It's going to take practice. Any holster, any new holster, you're going to have to practice with to get used to it. So it's very hard to get around the large grip. That time I was able to get I was holding on to the holster, you see. So what I want to do is get my hand around the grip and just index my finger. And that's not really the ideal way. So it's going to take some practice. Excuse me. I am catching a cold with the rest of the country. So that's pretty good. Again, you can see finger indexed along the side until you're ready to fire. At that point, you will bring your finger onto the trigger. Now my grip seems to be pretty good. I'm very happy with that. Remember, we were talking about making sure that your grip is in line. Very important. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with that. So now I'm not going to get to do any kind of long-term review with this, because unfortunately my state doesn't allow to carry. They say they have a may carry, but you only may carry if you handle drugs, like a pharmacist or a doctor, or you own a business where you're transporting lots of money, or politically hooked up, and that's the only way you're going to get a carry license in my state. So until things change, and I know the Second Amendment Foundation is really working on it, and instead of talking to my stomach here, I'm going to show my mug. Until things change, I am having a really bad hair day. You know, I'm not going to be able to do any kind of long-term test on this, so I really am sorry. I will, you know, try it now and then around the house. I'm probably going to leave it in this inside my safe instead of this other holster, inside the waistband holster. This is really more comfortable to me. So if I have to, you know, if some commotion is going on right out on my property here or anything, I'll run out maybe with this in my pocket. And even that's kind of iffy in my state. You know, it's terrible. Things need to change, and they need to change now. So, you know, wish my state luck, be luck, or maybe one day I'll just escape. So, with that, again, I really, 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 really appreciate you coming back to the Gear Up Session channel. I really appreciate all my viewers and subscribers and friends out there on YouTube. And have a great evening.